Colorism. As far as is the difference between colorism and racism?
You know what? I don't think so. That's a good question, and I want you guys to answer this. Is it a difference between racism and colorism? I guess people don't think colorism is racist because it's within the community, within the culture. What do you think?
So color is a form of self-hatred? It could be. I don't know. So, but I'm quite sure, the viewer audience would like to chime in. And we, the Reach Podcast, I'm Ike Thomas. It's the lovely Miss Mish.
Hi.
Y'all doing today? Popeye, we out the gate with it. You hear me?
Yeah, we do. I do want to talk about colorism, and then I also some things that has been going viral on social media, like the guy that got beat. And I have the notes, so I guess we could talk about colorism. Then we can
I'm gonna.
I already know. Okay, so the other day, me and Ike, we actually had a conversation, and we was talking about how dark-skinned women are treated in the United States. And I did some research in the United States that dark-skinned women are treated like they are less than. And the question is why? Why are we treated so badly?
I don't know. I mean, there's not no one right answer to that question. But whereas, the light girl was considered the pretty girl. And, but they did a study. I think I was telling you the other day where they got a group of black girl preteen, toddlers to preteen, and presented them with a Barbie doll and one American dolls with the bow legs, blinking eyes, and said she can only choose one. Which one do she want? And the mass majority of the girls wanted the white Barbie doll. And so, I mean, it's genetics. It comes down from slavery to the point that, so women, the girls, and we had all kind of black jokes.
Oh yeah.
And so you can imagine, like, dark skinned girls went through, and thus in today's society, dark skinned girls do their best to shower their darkness by the Ralph, Candace Wallace, Ebony Byers.
The GOAT is on. Hey, the GOAT. That's our friend.
What's up, GOAT? I see you.
But even when you say that, like I feel like darker skinned girls are mentally strong. I feel like in society, we are bullied more. I know I'm not like chocolate, but you still get it's still favoritism when you see a mixed girl or you see a redder girl. Yeah. And that's some things I have experienced. Now, in school, I never got picked on. I never was called like the ugly girl, but I have had friends. You get what I'm saying? And a guy wouldn't like them because of their skin complexion, and they could have the pretty hair. I had a friend, and she was dark. Because Indians are dark. So she was really dark, but she had like that pretty dark skin, pretty hair, and she did not get no love from black guys.
Wow.
From black guys,
from dark skinned guys or just
black? You know what? It was dark skinned guys. But let me tell you, even when I was in school, I used to see like it was more redder guys that was attracted to me than dark skinned guys was. And I think it was. It's not like that no more. I think people are understanding more, but it's not like
named Summer Sullivan. I used to flirt with her, and one day she said, "You're kind of cute for a black guy."
Yeah.
And so, like, that was my first like glimpse into firsthand racism. Because it didn't sit well with me in the 4th grade, but I knew it was something wrong with the last part of our statement for black guy.
Yeah.
And so we taught that like. And even with using the N to a certain age, like pretty, and we go to using it, get to 12, whereas, other races use that N word, like
from the moment they was born. But can you blame them if they could get into our heads so bad and really realize, like, to start loving ourselves? Can you blame other people for targeting us if we know exactly? And let me tell you something. now they're taking out Black history out of schools, right? But they want us to, they've taken out all the Black history out of schools, but they want us to know that we were slaves. You get what I'm saying? So if you understand how the world is working, why are we working so against each other? You get what I'm saying? Can you blame other cultures or other people for coming into our culture because we are the weakest link? And that's the, when it comes to mentality.
We're also the sleep, as the Asian community referred to us. And so, every other race on the face of the earth understands our power, except for us.
Except for us.
And everything, it's a web designed for us to remain pretty much with no, in a lot of cases, take the Arabians, for example. They come over and out the gate,
out the gate.
800 credit scores.
Oh, yeah.
Other people from other countries come over here and get into this American financial system, and they become great because they have all nicks, crannies, and perks of just coming in honor of my late grandmother, who worked scrubbing floors for a living to pay off a 30-year mortgage. I never see so proud, to be able to pay off a mortgage on a house that ain't worth the money that she threw into it. And, one of the things where we as a people need, but back to the subject matter at hand, when it comes to colorism, we've all been guilty of it at one point, and it's a form of self-hatred.
Yeah.
It's a form of self-hatred.
Yeah, and I have bleached my skin, or, go to the hair store and they sell like this cold butter, face. And I have done it because I felt like I wasn't pretty enough,
Stop.
But that was back when, you get what I'm saying? When we were in school, it was like real deal. It was like heavy when school. You get what I'm saying? So I just wanted to fit in.
Even back in the day, like, weave was picked on.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, she got weave in her.
Like, oh,
man. She got weave in her. It was pretty much reserved for your elderly
the people that
women.
had, like, alopecia, stuff
older
like that.
Women.
Yeah.
Now it's the norm.
It's the norm
it's
with
not
everybody.
But
you know why it's not frowned upon? Because Black women ain't the only ones that's doing it.
Right.
The reason everybody's doing it now, they are considering it, what is it called? Fashion. Like, they considering it beautiful.
Right.
But when Black people did it, when Black women did it, it was ugly. They picked on it. You get what I'm saying? So that's
she
the
had
reason
hair
why.
and stenches. She said, "Oh, your bald headed."
Yeah.
Now she got these plaits. They long and pretty, and she's still getting picked on.
Yeah.
We can't win for losing as a culture, as a people, because like we pretty much like shoot ourselves in the foot.
Yeah.
And like I say, most of us realize the power, and I'm just like, understanding, the power that I possess. And, quick story, in a nightclub this past weekend, came up to me, "Man, you saved my life." And I'm just looking at her. I hope he ain't one of them. Okay, but the more he went to talking, it was like, I say on social media, can have an effect and or adverse effect on people. And so, at times I do be consciously aware of, my wording and my delivery.
Yeah.
I'm going to say what I want to say, but, this past weekend, and it touched me, but, I kept my game face on and just let him, get everything off his chest. And it was like, wow. And then, later on that night, as I left the nightclub driving home, I was like, thank you, Lord.
Yeah.
At least that's one, because the man said he used to get high and take care of his kids. He was just disrespectful to his woman, and now he's loving on her. He got a job.
Oh, wow.
And so he was telling me that in the middle of a nightclub, like pretty much yelling, because the music is just like, and it was like, damn.
You are very impactful, though.
But a lot of times I don't see it. Even like still, I don't understand, the magnitude of my power. I know it's something there because of the hate, in my immediate, surroundings.
That's what I'm going.
I know it's something there because, and it's like it get greater and greater and greater. And so I tell my story in form of jokes, my opinions. And so, but, someone told me, like, years ago, man, you're a legend. And I was like 14 years old, and I'm like, what you mean? It's like, boy, you're a legend.
Yeah.
And like I still, it's not. I don't have an ego.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas people, oh, you're on World Star. The first time they ever put me on World Star,
Mm-hmm.
it was like, a big thing to people who were around. But I'm on a bike. Years old at the time on a bike.
Yeah.
You on World Star? What that be?
Yeah.
And so I try not to get caught up in the metaverse for validation.
Mm-hmm.
I'm self-validated.
Yeah.
So I don't like the accolades. Oh, it's okay when someone is genuinely giving you a compliment.
Mm-hmm.
It's okay. But, you have to validate yourself through the eyes of the Lord, because that's the
Right.
only thing that counts at the end of the day.
Right.
We done got off subject matter. I'm sorry. Baby.
No, you're okay. You're okay. But yeah, I just that in racism. So I do think it plays it's a very close knit thing. I don't. Let me say it like this. No, yeah, I was about to say I don't think black people could be racist, but I think we could be racist towards each other. So I don't know. I don't know if colorism
It's a different form or hatred for another racial group or ethnic group. Prejudice, it can be towards anything, anybody, and so we have a lot of prejudice in our community. A lot of prejudice, a lot of envy and jealousy, and a lot of times it be superficial, and you hear a lot of people, they hating on me. It's a difference between someone hating on you and you accepting constructive criticism.
Yeah, yeah.
And so a lot of people, a lot of times, people say they're being hated on when they just accountability first.
Yeah.
And constructive criticism.
Yep, that's true. So yes, so I do want to just bring stuff. So you have anything else to say about colorism? Or we good?
Well, colorism. I mean, colorism, racism really only matters to poor people.
Yeah.
I mean, because like a rich white man would damn about, and because in the event, we bicker, and that's the way the system is designed too, for us to bicker amongst each other, about hoods where they don't own anything at.
For real.
People are, women are in competition with other women that's barely making it. I mean, we all tow EBT cars, but because I got a foreign and you in a bucket, I'm better than
you. Yeah, exactly.
No, our cars do the same thing. We got to drive on the same side of the road, and I just, people have to realize, man, everyone lays down in that casket the same way.
Yep.
I ain't seen nobody striking a pose, or I ain't seen nobody give last shout out, and so we have to get, back in tune spiritually and grow closer to God, and everything will fall in place.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Well, thank you. And always giving some insight like this.
And no, you the best. You know that. Thank you. Just keep it going. This is the Reach podcast.
We'll be right back.
We'll be right back.